Hi everyone. Let's have a talk about the power of silence and all the things that it can do for you and your own growth. Our lives, our lives are filled with noise from the moment that we are born. Um, yeah, you know, like most children when they're born, the first thing they do is cry. I think that's almost an automatic. I'm not sure if that happens with every single baby that is born, but I'm pretty sure that the percentage is very, very high to say the least. And I think I came to this realization that I believe that one of the reasons why that happens is because the moment that that happens, when you're in there in that very moment, I think there's like this soul recognition moment when you realize and you understand, subconsciously speaking, well, here I am for another round. Another round of pain and suffering and learning so that I can become better. And that's pretty much, I think, the reason why most children and most babies cry right after they're born. Because there's this silent understanding and knowing, intuitively speaking, at that very moment in our existence, which is the very first moment of our existence, that we understand what we're about to put ourselves through, unconsciously speaking. And when you look at it from that perspective, I think it's a poetic beauty that is unmatched because it's the truth. So silence is a very powerful thing. More powerful than most people will give it credit for. Because it is only in silence and it is only in stillness that one can begin to truly understand themselves and get real answers and real guidance in their own life journey. The mind loves to stay in control, to remain active, because we are preconditioned to be in that state pretty much all the time. And then, due to life itself and what it brings to us in terms of challenges, teachings, and everything else that comes along the way, we are pretty much sort of like preconditioning ourselves the whole time as things are unfolding and happening to just stay in this perpetual mode of having an active mind, flight or fight mode type of thing. And we fail to understand, to see, and to realize that this is extremely detrimental in order for anyone to have real self-understanding, in order for anyone to acquire self-knowing, in order for people to understand that they need to bring in the silence and the stillness into their own being, into their own mind, to start living in the now, living in the moment, to achieve a natural and perpetual state of self-awareness, self-knowing. To be able to observe things instead of instantly reacting to everything that occurs around us. So meditation is something that's very important. If you're having certain issues in your life and you're trying to get to the bottom of it, you're looking for answers, but they're never coming. It's time for some serious introspection. It's time for you to sit alone by yourself and surrender to your own silence. Surrender to your own stillness. And stay in that flow state. And then ask for your answers. Ask for your guidance. And you will get what you're looking for. Pay attention to your dreams. They hold many keys sometimes. People are always dismissing their dreams. Those that are fortunate enough to remember them. Because with the way the population is today, most people won't even remember any of that stuff. And the ones that will be fortunate enough to do remember things, they will not be thinking about it or paying attention to it, unaware of the fact that a lot of things that happen in their dreams come in a way that is kind of showing you things. This is how the inner self works in a lot of ways. You know, there will come a time one day where people will be able to have this face-to-face talk with the real version of themselves. But we still have a long ways to go in order to do that. To achieve such level of self-awareness, self-understanding, of knowing thyself, as some have said before. It takes a monumental effort. It takes many lifetimes of hard work within oneself to be able to get that point where you may have the privilege of one day sitting down with this higher version of yourself and be able to directly ask questions. But until that day comes, which is still a long way for a lot of us, we have to use the tools that are available at our disposal right now. And silence, stillness, are two of the most powerful tools that anyone could ever use and ever have in their own life journey. So never forget that. Because these tools are there for you to utilize them, for you to understand them. Through stillness, through silence, you can really connect with the divine on a whole nother level. And when you can do that through practice, you will understand what I am trying to convey here. This isn't something that is easy to put into words. You have to experience it yourself. Not every form of knowledge is meant to be just handed over to you just like that. That's not how it works. You gotta put in the effort. And that's how it works. Effort is a necessity for self-understanding, for real spiritual evolution, for real spiritual growth. So, my suggestion is that you go out there, maybe go to the woods where it's quiet and peaceful, and start practicing. Start with 5 minutes a day, and then incrementally increase that. Maybe every other day, or maybe every week that goes by, you increase that amount, 5 minutes, until you get to about 35, 40, 45 minutes, however long you think it's good enough for you. This is how practice and discipline are rewarded. You have to work for things. It works the same way when it comes down to the matters of spirit and soul and growth, real growth, real self-knowledge, real self-understanding. And that is all I wanted to say today, guys. I'll see you on the next one.